Hey everybody, welcome back. We're going to start today with getting some ether gas going. In order to do that, we're going to need a stasis chamber. And if we pop this in, we'll see exactly how much area is covered by this, right? So what we're going to do is keep a wither basically held up. And so in order to do this correctly, this is going to need power. Okay. And so now we're powered up, so it should pull us in. Yep. So we're able to fly out of it, but the wither won't be. And now I actually need something to build with here. All right, so this is the area we want our stuff, right? And so we actually don't need, we just need the ones up top. Okay, now what we want is the wither to be held here, and then what we want is our laser base here, right on top of them, right? So what we want is a fluid laser base. All right. And we also want drills. And let's do 12. We'll let that cook for a minute. Okay. And what we want here is this in the center. And we want I think it's a purple lens. Yes. All right, so we need a purple dye. And we need 4 glass panes. All right. And I'm not using the shrinking device. I actually put waystones in here because for some reason the spawn point just keeps getting reset. I don't know why. It just does. Okay, so now we need a ender tank. Actually, we need 2 of them. And we need to pick a dye color. I think I want to go with let's see. I think we've got lime green for the essence. It's not really the same. Let's go for gray though. All right, so All right, so we're going to do the top level. So our output is going to push to the top. And then we got our drills here. All right, so these all have targets. That means they're operating correctly. And now we need some speed upgrades. And efficiency. Oh, and I think the actual laser base itself can take a speed. And maybe an efficiency. All right, and so we're also going to need soul sand. And wither skulls. All right, so we have all of our add-ons. I am going to do one more speed, and I think one more efficiency. There we go. Okay, so it will only take efficiency. I think that's it. Now we just need power, right? So universal cable. Okay, now we need a point. Here we go. These are all full. And this is ready to go, with the exception of we don't have a wither yet. There we go. The beauty of the stasis machine is that he should not reach his the stage where he blows up, right? And we're already getting massive amounts of ether. This is a really efficient way of collecting a lot of ether quickly. And so we just got to make sure that this stays chunk loaded, which it is. Excellent. And now we should be fine to just let it run. So if our calculations are correct, we should be able to build a jumbo tank. Okay, and we can dump into the tank, and now we just need a storage bus. Partition. Here we go. And so now we should be able to build recipes, including ether, as part of it, right? So our wither builder is the pretty much the biggest thing to build here. Now, if we have a good way of doing nether stars, so there's not really a huge need to do a wither farm because of what we're getting from mystical agriculture. I also did expand this a little bit, right? So we have a Insanium farmland with another crux underneath each of these. And I use the boosted and directional growth accelerators, kind of like what we're doing with the geodes. And so we are actually doing super well with Nether Star Essence, right? So we have 627 stars, and we're full up on Essence. So right there we, added another 400 or so. I forgot to start reprocessing the seeds. I had to turn it off so that I could get seeds to replant these. But now that we don't, I can start to reprocess our seeds. And this, by the way, it's ugly, but it works super well. It works crazy well. Now I did see, I think it was Chosen Architect did a mystical agriculture farm that uses just the regular accelerators, the regular growth accelerators. These, the normal ones, right? And I think he actually uses the crystal resonance generator underneath each one. And basically how it's set up is, so if we do, let's get 4 of those growth. Right. So no. Oh, I needed that. Jeez. Okay. So we'll grab a hoe. And we'll grab some Insanium essence, right? And then our crystal resonance generators. So, and the other thing I want, yeah, you know what? Actually, okay. It kind of bugs me about the flooring in the cave, right? So I'm gonna make a paxel. I actually could use the atomic accelerator. That would work too. But basically, this just works on any material. So. Okay, so if we do let's see. We did dirt there. All right. And so then we would... All right, then we'll pick a seed. Somebody is blowing me up on Facebook. Well, let's just say we wanted to use string. I think this will work. There we go. Now, if we put... Okay, so these are not getting power. All right, so let's do a point. And I think it has to be powered from that one. Yes, okay. So now all right. Now, you can see how quickly this goes. Now, we don't have a harvester pylon working this, of course, but you can see it is pretty quick. So, it's a pretty effective farm. And these, you know, it's not like these really cost much to make, you know? So it's one of those things. I kind of like this farm. And I'm actually thinking about doing one for, you know, in a bigger implementation. I think this is kind of good just for specifics. You know, I'm looking for nether stars, you know, per se. But this is, I think, pretty cool. And it's pretty cheap. Although, I don't know. Okay. So if I do that, I don't really want much more in this area, right? It's already pretty laggy. I kind of watched back some of the video footage, and it's just super laggy when I get in there. So I was thinking about doing two things. I put up, this is ethereal glass, right? And I was thinking about doing these as bee cages, because I can walk through, but the bees can't leave there, right? Then I would replace these with the material that they use for reproduction or for productivity, and then I would repeat the process over on this side. But also, for some reason, this glass is super busy or something. It's just like it's really laggy in here. And so I think basically I'm going to change my mind, and I'm actually going to put the farm, if I do a farm, I'm going to put it there, right? So actually, how do I do this? The nice thing is with ethereal glass, you don't need silk touch. You don't need silk touch. It'll just do it. It'll work on its own. right? And so what we've got here is basically five across. But I think what I want to do is move this over here. Go to 4, 2. All right, and then move that up. So yeah, and then, oh geez. Okay. All right. So if I do this layout, and I come underneath, I'm actually probably not going to be able to do that, right? All right, so if we start here, nope. Oop. Now that should be a 9x9 area. And all right. And we need a harvester pylon. Okay, so these I missed. These are going to have to be set down. Okay. So that's unfortunate. I don't know. I think this is probably going to be faster. There we go. Okay. So now we need to actually get our... All right, so we need a smithing template, and so that's a base one. We need netherite. Oh, come on. Jeez. There you go. All right, and then we need another smithing template for aluminium. Oh, would help if I spelled. All right, and aluminium. Okay, where did we put the smithing? Oh, there it is. All right. So now, put that in and go up to 9x9, and that's an unbreakable hoe. And so basically we are good to go. Oop. Nope. So we actually need the hoe. You need to borrow that second. And now these should all stay tilled because we're within the appropriate block of the original water block in the middle, right? All right. So now growth accelerators. Let's see, we got 4 there. Let's do, nope, not those. Let's do 96. All right, and then universal cable. And a point. Okay, we can put this back. Now we can use an ender chest. All right. And we need some insanium essence. Because we want this to be the highest level soil. Farmland, sorry. There we go. And set that back in. All right, and you can get this ready. All right, that is still cooking up more, but we can do okay, I think we actually got everything. And we didn't need quite as many. That's awesome. Let's go ahead and cancel that because there's, as usual, it's hanging up on something. So what do we want for... Let's do just, in this instance, we'll do inferium seeds. And I'll do 2 stacks because I think that's probably fine. Oop. Okay, so I don't think we missed any. Now the biggest thing is this ugly ass. How many are these? 5, 6. So 11, 22, 33, 44, 55, 60. I don't think we're going to do that. I think we're going to do 60 points. All right, so we have 8, so we need 52. And I'm actually going to use the configurator. All right, so we're going to copy that. Oops. There we go. Oh. That's weird. So it took the configuration. Okay, so it must be that it's... All right. So small a power that it's not showing. Because these don't really use a whole lot. So I guess we're just going to have to reconfigure these by hand. I don't know why the configurator tool didn't actually light up that it was working. Because it did copy the correct information, but it did not activate the point. Maybe it's just a bug. Alright, so this should not take that long, but if you are still here, thank you for sticking with it. Very monotonous, very tedious. So yeah, you can see the initial burst when you turn it on. Almost done. All right, and you can see it's working. So I wonder kind of how much we're doing. So if we look at that's a pretty good rate, to be honest. Nice. All right. So that's kind of cool. I like that. Let's see where we're at with time. Wow. Actually, it's probably a pretty good place to wrap it up. If you like this idea, for that farm, I think it's a pretty effective, and it really, like, it's not costing us a whole lot, right? So if we look at our statistics, it's keeping up. We might consider another reactor. I've got... That's maintaining its buffer. How about this one? Nope. This one's gone. We are generating 450,000 FE per tick. This is just not keeping its buffer, right? But it's got enough material. Do we have carbon? Coal, not carbon. Okay, we have 10 million coal shards. I think we're doing fine. We could do... So I also did a auto recipe for nitro. So if we do... Oh, no. I don't have enough. Okay, so let's do a bunch of blazing rods, because we need some more blazing. All right, I know we said we're ending, but anyways, I'll just kind of show you this, and then I'll make them more. So what we have here... Oh, wait, I can't do that yet, because there's another recipe in there. Gosh darn it. I can't... Oh, crap. Thank you. All right, now I can redo this. So I'm gonna have to wait till the blaze rods are done before I can fill this nitro recipe. But basically, we've got 2 redstone blocks in here, and 1 nether star here, and then 1 blazing block here, right? And so if I do that, I basically can get a full stack's worth of, which is 64 times the 16 nitro crystals you get. So I've already run through and I've got 2048. So I could make, I think, 72. Yeah. So I could make 2 more reactors out of what I have currently, which, you know, it's nice to have. I don't know that we'll ever come close to that kind of ridiculous amount of power being generated. You know, those are at 450,000 RF per tick each. So that's almost 1 million FE per tick. But it is what it is. So why you no likey? Are we seeing anything? All right. Those autocrafts should be working. Anyways, okay. It is what it is. I'll troubleshoot that later. So, yeah, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you all next time.